all the time. Satan, he never takes a rest. So suppose you leave your armor in death from Satan. So this morning going to tell us put on the whole armor of God. I like that, the whole armor. So when you say whole, what's that? Everything. That means that nothing left. Dickens said from your head all the way down to your baby cover. That's full of cover. When you get like that, yeah. That's what this left. Now, you all hear what he said, but I'm not going to tell you. So you put out everything that you have, the whole armor of God, and be protected. And the first thing we look at when we get into this lesson, Paul, we come to the end of this thing, and Paul can tell us about in the book of Ephesians. Now, when we look at this book of Ephesians and think about where we've been to where we're going now, and look what he said. The first thing Paul told us, he told us about that predestined. Then he called us Christians and he called us saints. Then the next thing he told us about saved by grace. That's the second thing he told us. Now he told us by us reading what he told them. Then the third thing he said salvation, but just not for the Jews, but salvation for who? Everybody. In the beginning, who was salvation for? Christ givers. And who was Christ givers? The Jews. But Paul let them know salvation is not only for the Jews now. That's why God sent Paul. He said, okay, since you all can't do it, I know I got somebody to do it. I'm going to send who? I'm going to send Paul to bring in the Gentiles along with the Jews. That's how we come by Paul. Can you think about old Paul? One of the worst person around, and look what God did. What did he use? What did we say? God can use anybody. The people that we put down, that's the one that God picked up. Look what he done. We talk about it all the time, didn't we? So that's what he told Paul. Salvation is for everybody, not only you Jews. Since you all don't do what I say, I got somebody that's going to bring in everybody with me. That's kind of like you reeling the fish. I'm going to reel all these fishes together. Since you don't want to do catfish, I'm going to bring all the fishes in. Look at that. Perches, little fish, big fish. I'm going to bring them all in. And I'm going to use somebody that you wouldn't even want. I'm going to bring him. What is it? I wouldn't even want a godfish. I'm going to bring him in. I'm going to take that God and bring him on in here. Bring him in here. And then, look at the next thing you say. The next thing you say, Christ is the body of what? One body. One body doesn't mean that he just the body for the black. He's not the body for the white. He's not the body for the blue. He's the body for what? The whole world. Look at Paul. Now, he concluded this thing there. He let them know. When God sent me out here, he's going to bring everybody. My job is to bring in everybody. Not only one set of people, but to bring in everybody. And then we come to the next one where I said, look where we're today. The whole armor of God. Now, I done told you what you need to do. Paul, from 1 to 5, he told you. Now, today he's about to end this thing. So now, that's kind of like what Moses did. Because Moses told him, I'll talk to you everything. So when you get there, you already prepared. So what is Paul told him here? He tell them the same thing. Now I'm at the final. This is the final state. You know, when we get to the final of everything, what's that? That's it. So now, closing out. Pause. I'm going to close out the book of Ephesians. And this is when we're going to close the book out of Ephesians. How are you going to close it out? Read it? Are you ready? All right. Let's see what we got. Read it. Let's first tell us.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
Look what it says. Then it says, finally. But it said, know your who? Know your enemy. Know your enemy. Paul tells us, I want you to know your enemy. And then finally, my brother. Look what he said. Finally, my brother. So this is our last stage. What I want you to do, be what? Be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. How am I going to be strong in the Lord? By reading his word. Not only I'm going to read his word, but what else going on with reading his word? Doing his word. And not only doing his word, what's the next thing? Believing in his word. That's how I'm going to be strong in the Lord. Why I want you to be strong in the Lord? Because somebody's coming out. He's coming out to you day and night, minute, second, hour. He's coming out to you. So if you're not strong in the Lord, what's going to happen? He's going to get you. If you're not strong in the Lord, you're going back to where you were. Why he said, be strong in the who? In the Lord. You know, he didn't say be strong in me. Out of all the things Paul went through. Now one time he said, be strong in me. Who did he put first? Be strong in the Lord. Who would we put first? Self. When we tell our children, you better do what I say. When we tell them, do what who say? I say. Who's missing in that? God. Be strong in who? In the Lord. Put him what? First. Whatever we do, we always say, put God first. But who do we put first? Everybody except God. We always put God first when we really need him. You know, on your last day, who do you call on in? God. When you think you're going to leave him, who do you call on? God. Who's the biggest Christian when they get ready to leave earth? God. You. Because what happened? Well, I know I'm going to be my mate. Who you going to call on? God. But what happened them days when you should have called on God? Days that you were doing good, you didn't think about who? God. You know, all the good days that we have, God was nowhere around. But as soon as you get to the point, somebody got to rail you in, what's the first thing I want you to do? Pray for me. Pray for me. What happened them days when you should have been praying for yourself? But when I get down and out, you know I want you to pray. I'm going to go in search. So what I want you to do? Pray for me. What you supposed to do? You should already pray all the time. What did Paul say? Let's make him tell the same thing. Pray without ceasing. I don't want to jump ahead, but that's what it says. So that be strong in the Lord, not just one day. You be strong in the Lord when? Every day. And every day consists of 24/7. Be strong in the Lord, because who got your back? God got your back. You take me, I may get mad at you, walk away. But God, he got your back. So you need to be strong in the Lord. And then, reader, what the next tells us?
Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Look what it says. What do we say? Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles. What is the wiles of the world? Everything Satan won't throw out to you. That's them seeing the state believe. Put on everything. So what it says? Put on that whole armor of God. So when I got up this morning, what I need to do? The whole armor of God. When I left home this morning, what you need to have on? The whole armor of God. When you went to bed last night, what you need to put on? The whole armor of God. But you know, some people went to bed last night, they took their arm off. Tiggy said, yeah, they took their arm off last night. Do you need to take that arm off? You don't need to take it off. Because we said, if you take that arm off, who's going to creep in? Yeah. Satan. And how does Satan creep in after you take that arm off? Well, my wife told me, don't stay out too late, because I'm going to church. What happened? I came in at 3 o'clock. Too late. The devil got me. So I took my armor off. And who came in? Satan. Why I took it off? Well, I took it off when I left. When I went to go out and party, I took my armor off. But then this morning, I'm going to do what? Put on an armor and come to church. No, my mind is not on church. What's my mind on? Last night. And I had a good time last night. So it says, put on the whole what? Armor of God. It didn't say take it off. It said what? Put it on. So if I put it on, that means I need to keep my whole armor of God. When do I need to keep it? 24/7. Because who again coming after you? Satan. Satan never stops. Just like we said, God never stops. Satan never stops. He's always out there. He's looking trying to get in. And all the way he get in is because of what? We let him in. When you take off your armor, that's Satan. I never know. You're a vet. You're a vet. And the first thing you put on when you go to the army, what happens, vets, when you go to the army? What do you do? You get equipped with your armor and stuff. He might put his shoes on first. I don't come back with that side. You're not going to get in that thing. That's an armor. But he put on his armor. Now, when you get put your head, we get to that helmet part. So everything that you put on in the armor, we can talk about this morning. But it says put on the whole armor of God. If I say whole, that means I'm protected again from my head to my toes. And look, the next reading, what it tells us?
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Wait a minute. We're wrestling not against flesh and blood. but against all the principalities, against his power, against the rule of the darkness. So I'm not wrestling against you. What am I wrestling against? I'm wrestling against Satan. So if I'm wrestling against Satan, can I see him? No. I can't see him. He's dark. Because Satan is the light of the what? Darkness. He's the darkness. Satan is the darkness. So I'm fighting against the darkness. I'm not fighting against the light. I'm fighting against the darkness of this world. I'm fighting against the principality. I'm not fighting against flesh and blood. What is flesh and blood? I see you. That's flesh and blood. So what it's telling me, I'm not fighting against you because I know a big lie coming at me. I'm gonna put my fist up. I'm ready. Aren't you? Somebody come out, you ready. You know the enemy coming after you. You ready. Somebody come to your house to rob you, what you gonna be ready? Shoot. But what happened? Satan is already come. So Satan is come all the time. So you need to keep on that full armor of God. You're not fighting against that person that you can see. Can I see Satan? I can't see him. But I realize some people they look like Satan to me the way they act. But I can't see Satan. But what it say? You're not fighting against this flesh and blood here. You fight against the unknown. Do you know the worst thing is something that's unknown? That's the worst thing to do. I'm fighting against something I know nothing about. That's an unknown thing when you fight about that. When you fight against something you don't see, and that's something I'm here that's hidden. You see me fighting right now, fighting at something. So what's wrong with me, buddy? You up there swinging. You just swinging at the wind. That's what you think I'm swinging at. But I'm not swinging at the wind. I'm swinging at something else. That's unknown. First thing you said, take that man to another place. Something wrong, man. You see him going punches? Something wrong. Gotta be. That's the what? Unseen. Let's think about that. What is Satan? Unseen. That's what you're fighting against. You're not fighting against nobody you see here. You're fighting against something that you have no power over. I'm so glad that you have no power over. But we know somebody that does have power. But he told us, and Paul told him, when I leave you in this book, and you know, he was in jail. And what it said, Paul was in jail. When I looked out, it said, Paul looked out. He got the idea about looking at those soldiers out there. And you notice when Jesus taught, how did he teach people? He taught them about things that they were familiar with. He didn't just say something they didn't know. He connected with the things they're familiar with. So what is Paul was telling them right here? He behind the jail, behind the bar, and what did he see? He see a soldier. How did he saw that soldier? Yeah. He saw it with his girl. He saw him with his shoes. He saw all that with his breastplate. So that's how he made that comparison. He said, now, if that person goes to walk, he's well prepared to go to walk. So what he's saying, we are going to walk every day. We need to be well prepared for the war that we've been fighting. You're not fighting against something that you see. You're fighting against something that you don't see. That's right.
When we go to them, I haven't never been to them.
All right.
But I have seen so many pictures that when you go to them, you don't never know where they're going to come. You always got to be ready.
Be ready. That's right. That's right. So I got a witness this morning, so I don't care what y'all said. I got somebody that bitching on me, he can witness what we're talking about. You always be ready. So if you always be ready in the army, what did that tell me? That's Paul was telling them. Always be ready. Because it said, the thief come. When does the thief come? By night. Does the thief warn you don't come to your house? Rose, I'm coming to steal everything you got. If I tell Rose that, what's Rose gonna do? She gonna be ready. She gonna be ready. So what is Satan? Satan comes the same way. Satan don't warn you. Satan let you know what? I'm coming. If Satan let you know he's coming, what you gonna do? Be prepared. Go start praying to God. God, Satan, come. Protect me, God. Protect me. It doesn't happen like that. You're supposed to be ready. And be ready means be ready when? All times. When you let up your God, who coming in? Satan. As soon as he see that little inch, he's coming. He's not going to take the inch. He's going to take a what? A mile, a foot, mile. That's what Satan do. He started building and worked his way up. He started at your weakness. And put this right here and said, the weakness of the world. What is the weakness of the world? anything that you like. First thing, if you like money, what does Satan gonna come? Satan gonna find some way to let you have money. If you like women, like we do, even we married, we still like women. But what is Satan gonna do? He gonna, yeah, Miss Tyler, I see you look like that. Yeah, you have to be for real. You wouldn't do that.
No, he wasn't. That's why I had to look up. I had to look up
I would
and
say that. She know me. If I don't like women, what they tell me? Like minions. That's not gonna happen. So let you go right there. He rather see me like women than like men. Me too. Me too. Yes. So that's what Satan gonna come. He gonna come after you. What he think he gonna get you in. If you like fancy cars, what he gonna do? Let you get a fancy car because that's what you want. Satan, that's how he works. The weakness of this world. But we got something to protect us from the weakness of this world. What we just talked about when we said this armor of God, put on that whole armor. That means that in high places. Look what it is. Satan's in high places. Now Satan is right down here. When he came down, he made his kingdom right here. And everything you see, all this flesh and blood. So we're not fighting against that. We fight against Satan. Satan comes to rob and what? Steal and kill. Who does that? Satan. He's already coming. When God came down and said, Satan got so mad that he want to be like God. That was the prayer. He want to be like God. And God can rule everything, but he want to be like God. So what he say? Okay, I'll come down and get my kingdom. Why is Satan king today? Right? This is Satan. Now, in the end, we're going to see that God going to send the Son back to take his kingdom in during that millennium time. When he come back, he's going to take his kingdom. Take it from who? Satan, because Satan is the ruler down of this doctrine. But we know that we got somebody that overpowers Satan. And this lesson tells us today, in order to overpower Satan, you got to have on this armor of God. All right? Anybody else got something? Because he's ruling this world here. Well, here's the question. The question says, how does Satan attack you now compared to those he used against Paul or others? What's the difference? No difference. Satan came after them. If you know this church of Ephesus, this church was a place that was a seaport. Everything came through this city. To the city of Ephesians, the church of the Ephesus, everything come there. So what did they have? They had the pagan god. That god was Diana. Now I don't know how Diana looked, but when they described Diana, that was the god they worshiped. And what happened? Paul come along and built a church in that place. Wow. All this Satan and evil stuff going on, Paul built in the church. Now it tells us that Paul stayed longer in that church than he stayed anywhere. Now, you know, as I begin to think about that church, what was going on in that church there? In that church that Paul built, Paul had some good members there. Did you read about the members Paul had in that church? Anybody read about some of the members? When Paul left that church, he left that church with some good people. And one of Paul's members he had there was the mother of Jesus. Who was that? Mary came along there. Not only did Mary come along there, but he had a great preacher in the pulpit. John. He was at this church right here. So the Ephesians church had some people there. Now think about it. He built a church. And who came behind him? Jesus' mother. I would like to remember that church. Jesus' mother there. You had John in the pulpit. And who just had that church? Paul. And Jesus' mother came along behind him. And John spoke about that in the book of Revelation. They tell about that church, the church of Ephesus. That was some kind of church. When you had John, you had the mother there. I tell you, that was something serious. So what's the difference between here and there? We have no difference. What was Satan doing then? Doing the same thing. Why did they get behind Paul? Because Paul told them to destroy that god Diana. You mean to tell me you want us to destroy this god that came from Jupiter that we worship? You want us to destroy that god? So that's why they got behind Paul. Because Paul was preaching what Jesus told him to preach. They didn't like that. Do you know when you stand for God, people don't like you? You stand alone when you stand for God. Do you know when you suffer for God? Why you suffer? Because who suffered? Christ suffered. So can't you suffer? Look what happened there. Paul did all this here behind the prison wall. He did all this here. He didn't have to do that, but he did it because who called him? God called him, and he done what God told him to do. Look at it. Think about those members he had. Then I began to look at them. After that, I thought about this church right here. They said that church was a mega church that they built. And he left somebody in charge of Paul. So when you think about this church here, and you think about who's in charge of this church, do you make a comparison to the church of Ephesus and us? Can anybody say the difference? What happened? The church of Ephesus started off doing good. Started doing good. That was a church that everybody respected that church. But somewhere down the line, the church of Ephesus began to let who come in the door? Satan come in. What am I saying? If we be strong here, we won't allow Satan to come in our door. When Satan comes into something, what does he do? He destroys. Satan is God, not brothers. You know that. Satan and God are what? Enemies. Don't ever put Satan and God together. It doesn't work like that. God and Satan are enemies. So when you let your enemy come in here and destroy something, this church here, the church of Ephesus, was doing good. They had everything going. What did Paul say last week? I heard about you. He said he heard about them. So what happened there? He heard they were doing good. But now, later on when you read that, he's going to tell us what happened. In the book of Revelation, tell us about what happened to this church. This church got torn down because of Satan. Satan is here to destroy us as a Christian. That's his job. Satan is good. And the next time, anybody got something to say? Wow, must be taking all this in. All right, here's the next one is. You take that in. It said, use the proper tools. I'm going to build a house this morning. I just got a line. I need a hammer. I need a saw. I need some nail. I need some concrete. Like Deacon Bird, I'm going to put on a house, and I don't even have my hammer. Need 10 on the house. I'm getting on my house. Hey, call me. I put that roof on your house. You'll need a minute. So what about when you get ready to go, and you say you are a mechanic, you are a carpenter, you are a mason person, take it with you. Don't come to my house and you say you're a mechanic, and you say, hey, you got a rank. Amen. Amen. Hey, wait. You are my mechanic. Then you're going to come to my house and ask me, do I have a rank? What kind of sense is that? First thing you all tell the mechanic, that's okay, I'm going to look for somebody else. Don't worry about him. What about somebody come to your house and say, I'm a mechanic, do you have a pair of scissors? A pair of scissors now. Wait a minute, I am a mechanic and I got a needle. Don't need that. What does it tell? You need the proper tool. So in our life, we need the proper tool. In here, it don't tell us what we need in order to fight Satan. Come on.
If I'm supposed to check out the dog, most times I say, no, I'm going to get in the truck. I'm naked now. But when I get in the truck, I got everything in the truck I need.
You got everything you need. You didn't say I'm going back to come with nothing. You say you're going back because you got everything that you need. So when I come in that church door, what am I supposed to have? I'm supposed to have everything that I need. What is the main thing that I need when I come to that church door? Because I got my Bible. I need that Bible. That's my weapon to fight against him. He said, faith. I got that. I need to have my Bible come in here because I'm coming into what? The house of God. If I'm coming into the house of God, I need to be prepared. Why should I come in here with my Bible on the shelf? Stand up. Everybody stand up and read your Bible. You look around. You left the Bible at home. Well, that's an indication of what? To me. Not Christ-like. If I'm coming to church, I need to be prepared to come to church and bring my weapon with me. And here's my weapon we're going to talk about today. It says the two. All right, read it. What we got now?
Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
Let's go right back to what we said. Take the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand with the evil day. When are the evil days? Now, every day is a good day. Because every day, who are we fighting against? The devil. He doesn't have a certain day to come out to you. He come out to you what? Every day. Now, as I began to look at this thing, I thought about what happened there. It says 52 Sundays in the year. And the word Satan is mentioned 52 times. So what do that tell me? 52 weeks. What do that tell me? Satan's on his job 52 weeks. Not only on the job 52 weeks, but he on his job when? Every day of the week. So if you got 52 Satan mentioned in the Bible, you got 52 weeks. Look where Satan comes. We said that's 365 days in a year. Who come in 365 days in a year? Satan. Does Satan take a day off? No day off. He had no vacation. You know, we work. Well, next week I'm going to take my vacation. Does Satan ever take a vacation? He never takes a vacation. You may take one, but Satan never takes one. So I thought that was kind of interesting. All right, preacher.
And the Lord asked him in the book of Job, where you been? He said, I've been running to and fro. Every day. You find your own vacation.
What's that?
You find your own vacation.
On vacation. Not only will he find your own vacation, what happens? He goes with your vacation. Because what is it? Well, you know, I'm a deep. I'm going to Las Vegas. When I go to Las Vegas, what's the first thing come out? I'm going to the casino. Who don't see me? Union Road don't see me. They don't see me there. I'm going to put this in there, and I'm what? I'm going to braid it out here. What's wrong with that? God there, and Satan there, but what you going to do? I'm going to pray because Union Road folks don't know I'm there. I left them back in Florida. He said, then you're going to be some of them there. I know somebody went to Vegas. I'm not going to call her name. Nope, I don't know the name. But she went on vacation. Some of us don't even have to go to Vegas. Some of us go right up the road, though. Certain time that we think somebody won't be there, I'm going to look around and see if there's about to grow. And what I'm going to do? Some of you want to know how I know that, don't you? I went one time too. But it's when we got here, but I never went back no more. So I have to be for real, tell the truth to them. All right? Somebody?
Did you hear?
That's what I'm saying now. We did his thing. And don't go back. Please go back. All right, let me get out there. Y'all gonna make me tell for myself. All right, read the next one.
Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness.
Look what I have. It says, stand and put on your loins girded with the truth. What is that? That's the devil truth. What is the truth? Always what God wants you to do. Tell the what? Tell the truth. That is like that. That's your girdle. Now, it says back then, when a man got ready for the war, he put on his girdle. That girdle covered up the stuff, right? All your privacy. That was your protection, am I right? So it said, put on your girdle. So I wonder sometimes when you see these boys walking around with their pants off their rear end, they have no girdle. So what that tell me? Satan is already in. But what it tell us? Put on your girdle. So if I put on my girdle, what's going to happen? My pants going to be up on it. Because what? I am protected. That's protected at that time from Satan. And then it says, put on your breastplate. Now that breastplate cover everything right here. What do we have right here? The main thing we say we cover? The heart. Satan get into your heart. How does Satan get into your heart? Baby, I give you the word. How are you going to give something you don't have? So what is Satan doing? I didn't start that. What is Satan doing? He's getting in right there. He's coming through your heart. Because what is he's getting into that part of you, your breastplate. But when you put on that breastplate, that's going to cover you. And what consists of our heart? Our mind. Satan deal with our mind. When he deals with your mind, that's the first step to get you where you want to go. You know, when we tell you that we really love you, you know, that's all I need to hear somebody tell you that I really love you. When you tell a woman that you really love her, you know, something happened. Miss Tracy, come on. I hear somebody talking. I like that. Don't have to tell me. But I do realize she's not here so I can tell her something. Okay. When I was in college, I didn't mind telling the girl I love her. Did I love her? No, I didn't love her. What no such thing then? But all I did was tell her I love her.
What no such thing?
And she really fell for that. See, she's not here now. I can say that good stuff. And some of us say the same thing. You know, all we got to do is tell a girl, tell a man that she loves him. That's my woman. And she just told the other man the same thing. I just told the other girl the same thing. I love her. Wasn't no love there. So what you do? When you put on this breastplate, that's going to cover that love, which is your mind. We're talking about the breastplate here is your mind. That's how we get into your heart. If you notice that they sell more things with design of the heart. Why did they do that? Why did you see more things with the heart design? The heart is the main function of your body. So what is it? The heart is the main function of your spirituality. Because what Satan, he comes into your heart, which is your mind. If Satan get into your mind, he got everything else. Because your mind going to lead you to do what Satan wants you to do. All right? Now, we got the breastplate. Read them. What's the next thing?
And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
Look at that. Your feet shod. That means what? You are protected from your feet with the gospel of peace. We talked about it in Bible study. Who's the author of peace? So when you have God in your heart, you have the peace right there. The peace means that some things that I wouldn't take, what am I end up doing? I end up taking. Why would I take it? Because I have who? God in my heart. The things that I used to do, we say, I don't do them anymore. Why? Because I have God in my heart. And God is the God of what? Peace. And I hear some people say, the places I used to go, I don't go no more. But you know the catch behind that? Some of those places are torn down why you don't go no more. That's the reason you don't go no more. Not that you don't want to go, but it doesn't exist anymore. So look at the thing. But when you got peace in your heart, you have God. God is our peace. Read them. What the next tell us?
Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Now, above everything we just said, what you got to have, the shield of faith. That's the honest object you have. Now, when we talk about the shield of faith, what is that for us? The only thing we got, the shield of faith, the only thing we got to fight against Satan, that shield that you use in the army, you know, what does the shield do? Shield protect you from all them kind of arrows. So what shield do we have? We got God. We got the Bible. That's our protection right there. That's your shield right there. That's the shield. Satan throws something out there, what do we have? The word of God. When Satan throws something out to me that I don't want, what did I have to throw at him back? The word of God. So that means when I come in that church door, I need to have my shield. That's my protection from Satan. When you come in here without your shield, who's going to be throwing arrows at you? Satan throw all kind of dots at you. What's some of the dots, arrows that Satan throw out to you? Hatred. What's that hatred? Sit beside me. I'm going to roll sit beside you. Why is that? What is that? Satan throwing something out to you. What is Satan throwing out to you? That person, that don't look right. Don't move down. Who's throwing it out to you? Satan. So what happened? Every time Satan throws something out to you, what you do? Have that shield. What does that shield do? Block. And what does that block do? Give you peace of mind. What is it? You talk about me as much as you want. All I got to do is what? Put up that shield. That's going to block it. What is that shield? That's the shield of what? Faith. How do I get that shield of faith? I believe that Jesus is what? He died. I believe God sent his only begotten son to die for who? To die for us. I believe that. So when I believe that, I'm going to put up my shield of faith. That faith is that It may be bad today,
All right.
but what it tell me? Tomorrow, there's a brighter day ahead. Why is there a brighter day ahead? Because I got this shield and protection. Because I know God is God of all.
Yeah.
I know He made a promise to me. All I got to do is do what He say, and He gonna give me. All I have to do is put on this whole armor of God. That means when I left home this morning, I need to have my whole armor of God on. Because what the armor of God, it protects me. It protects me from the wiles of this world. Because Satan never stops shooting his arrow. Never stop shooting his arrow. Every time that you think you're doing good, you know, you can do a whole week doing good, and somebody say something to you. I do something to you. Who is that somebody? Satan. He just gonna hurt you. I'm gonna start today. I'm not gonna lie nobody. 2 days later, somebody will make you mad. You gonna lie. That's how Satan works. You say, I'm gonna start this week. I'm gonna be so prayerful this week. What the Satan do? He gonna find a way to get in there. Who he saying? Somebody you don't even know sometimes. That's how Satan works. That's how I say. He works that way. That's how that. But when you got this shield, and when you got this armor of God that you put on, Satan can do nothing. What? Get out of it. Because you are protected by who? You are protected by God. This whole lesson tells us today that you put on your armor of God. Not only do we put it on, we should never take our armor off. Because Satan's coming all the time. He works 24/7, just like God works 24/7. Satan works 24/7. He never stops. So if you take your arm off, that's the time that Satan comes in. Because Satan's job is to compete with God. Satan and God does not, Satan and God does not get along. Satan want to do just what God. He got mad when God kicked him out of heaven. So he gonna pull down part of it, and he gonna make his kingdom down here. But God is coming back and sent Jesus to get his kingdom down here from Satan. What we got to do is what? Be ready. When should I be ready? All the time. And the last part is on that about this say that something else that we have to have. We're supposed to always pray. Never stop praying. Prayer never ceases. Remember Paul told them, never stop praying. No matter what it is. You always pray. Even when things going bad, what do you do? Pray. When things are going good, what do you do? Pray. When you get up in the morning, what do you do? Pray. When you go to bed at night, what do you do? Never stop praying. What is that? The word cease means to never stop. I mean, I can always pray. Remember I told you, they said they took the prayer out of school? They did. Why did they take it? Because she always pray. If they said, you can't pray on my job, they can't stop. Why? Because she always pray. That means prayer can never stop. Don't ever get to the point that I'm going to stop praying. I don't matter how good, how bad it is, you just keep on what? Praying, because it tells us never. And the end of this book, what Paul says, that's what he told them. Never stop praying. All right. Anybody else? Come on, talk to us.
Okay, like when you go to the casino, you're going $20,000, but you said Satan or God that you with the money.
God can do that.
I was telling you, thank you.
God can do that. That's young.
Because I know it's a, somebody called my name, you all either though. They want to go see in the morning, I'm like, woo, God, let you with the money. So I think let you with that money.
God can do that. God is not of evil. Satan, that's Satan. But you know, let's put it in our mind. If I hit, God did that. God can do that. I think if you keep on living and God got it for you, you're going to get it. And you don't have to get it from the boat. God gonna do a way that He got for you to get it. I don't have to take no scratch off, because God, if it's for me, remember, we already know what God said before we get there. He already know where we're gonna be. So going to the boat is a what? Choice. That's a choice you make. Remember, God doesn't stop you from making choices. He gives you your own mind. So if you hit at the boat, you can't claim that, woo, God did this thing. What God? Not the God that we serve, because God and Satan does not work together. Satan is to what? Give you what you want. And what you want is hit that $20,000. Satan can give that to you. God can give that to you. God gives you a honest job. God gives you a way to get where He wants you to be. And that's not by putting that one on vanity call. I tried it, I didn't do anything, I didn't go back. Look at that. I done it. Yeah, I did too. One time when the first got in. I put money, I wish I had. I do all kinds of things. And I never go back. Because I know I can do this everything. So I will get out of it. Y'all make me say the wrong thing. Now, since we said all that thing, and I thought, I appreciate what y'all. Question? Go ahead. I'll jump 7. Thank you. 17 and 18.
Okay. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints.
Who gave us salvation? God gave us that salvation. So you keep that helmet with you, that salvation of God. How did he give us that salvation? Through his son. He died for us. Remember, when Jesus died, that was our salvation right there. He gave us this and left us with what? Grace and what? Mercy. That's what God did for us. That's that salvation that we have. And I'm not talking about folks that don't believe it. I'm talking about the one that what? Believe there's a God, because you know they said there's so much bad stuff out here, there's no such thing as what we talking about. They said that's somebody that's really through this God. But you know, if that same God, as we say, brought me from where I was to where I'm at, why should I stop? Because you said there's no God. If there's no God, why do you let the rain right here and dry over there? If there's no God. Tell me something like that then. If there's no God, how do you let man and woman get together and come up with a child? How that come out? If there's no God. Somebody tell me, I'm just asking questions if there's no God. People tell you all that stuff that science always got a way to tell you that. But science don't tell you how did they get here? The same way we got here. Does that mean that's God then? Now he said, we just said that never stop praying. And now, I'm ready about me. Since we went over this here, I'm going all the way to Durham, North Carolina. Yeah, North Carolina. I'm going all the way. Well, you already know this person right here. I'm going all the way to North Carolina. I'm going to let this person tell you all something. Read them. We're going to North Carolina today. Talk to us.
We're gonna fulfill.